All stand. As in every meeting, we start with God before country. So, Brother Powell, would you lead us in prayer, sir?
Let us pray. Our Heavenly Father, as we come before thee tonight, thank you for beauty and glory in this day. Keep those that are cold, warm hearts and minds. We ask, Lord, that you keep them for them safe. Lead, guide, direct us as we go through this coming week, that we might show others the love that you show us. These things we ask in thy humble name. Amen.
Amen. I ask Mr. Jim Patterson to lead us in our pledge of allegiance.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
You may be seated. Welcome everyone to the regular 5-monthly meeting on this cold, frigid fourth Monday of each January due to federal holiday. This meeting is being live cast with BTC Fiber. Thank you for being here. Ethan, Mike, we welcome you as well. So we'll get going. Madam Clerk, roll call.
Chester Shell.
Yes.
Linda Landowski.
Yes.
Ron Ruland.
Here.
Blaine Lane. James Breland.
Here.
Brian Walker. Joyce Dodson.
Here.
James Wilson.
Here.
Jeff Barger.
Here.
Paul Powell.
Here.
Michael Hudson.
Here.
Jim Dishman. Frank Silver.
Here.
Susie Bostick. Wayne Clemens. Tommy Johnson.
Here.
Tom Venero.
Here.
Jeff Mackey.
Here.
We have a quorum. In your packets, Commissioners, you should have received the minutes from the November 17th, 2025 minutes. I'll entertain a motion to approve said minutes.
So moved.
I have a motion from Mr. Barger. I hear a second from Mr. Powell. Any questions, discussions, deletions, additions? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, said minutes hereby passed. Okay, up next we have the public comment section. We have two folks, Terry Whistler and Ed Gravett. So, Mr. Whistler, have a 3-minute minimum. 3-minute maximum, I'm sorry.
It's something I've wanted to say for some time. There's a thing in Tennessee called the Open Meetings Act. We just had the Budget Committee. And I don't know what the status of their agenda posting was. I actually came for the Road Committee because there were some issues that I thought were going to be addressed in that meeting that were important to not only me, but to other members of our community up there. If I'd known that there was, in fact, no item on the agenda, I might not have trekked down the hill in bad weather to inform the commission and the committee of matters of concern to us. But there was no agenda. As of Sunday, to my knowledge, no commissioners were in receipt of an agenda for that committee meeting. Certainly no member of the public had access to it, because in fact there is no electronic access to virtually any of the public documentation that occurs in this county. So here I am, hat in hand, with no item to talk about, because it wasn't on an agenda that never got published anyway. I don't understand, sir, as the county mayor, why the materials that are made available to the commission members are not posted on the internet, so that members of this county can see what is before their elected officials, come to them informed of the matters up for discussion, so that we don't waste each other's time. I don't understand why in this day of age you cannot put agendas on the internet and meet the state requirement of 48 hours public notice of every official public meeting. Technically, the actions of the road committee are null and void. Failure to meet any act of TOMA, the Open Meetings Act of Tennessee, invalidates any action taken. Unfortunately, you have to go and sue to have that done. I don't really have the money to sue for every violation I witnessed in the last year and a half, but they are legion. And the disrespect that you, in particular, as the mayor in charge of the committees and the commission, display toward the public by failing to post agendas and meeting minutes and the materials that are attendant on those agenda items is frankly incredibly annoying, very disrespectful, and illegal. If every violation were enforced, this county would grind to a halt, all for the failure to give 48 hours notice of agendas and publish in timely manner minutes of meetings where action is taken. Budget committee just took action. I don't get the sense that there's any minutes planned to be produced. I certainly know they won't be made available in any means useful. And I beg you to start doing it this year as a first-time commitment. Honor the law of this state and provide the public with the information they need to make informed decision-making about the representation they're voting for. To not do it shows your disrespect utterly, along with your own personal statements about the last thing you want is a bunch of people piling into committee meetings expressing their opinion. Well, I'm here expressing mine. Please obey the law. Quit wasting my time.
Next.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, Commissioners. First thing I want to say, I'm kind of disturbed that my two commissioners don't have their names in front of their space there. But what I'm here to say is, I'm hearing things that the county is thinking about extending a road in our district, District 1, and that road is essentially not developed. I've been on that mountain over half a century myself. That road has never been where you could go take your family on a Sunday drive on that mountain, on that road. There's probably 15 miles of those roads out there that's like that. That's probably on a county map that's probably there for public access. My concern is that we get into the road building business in the county. I've mentioned before that I was a contractor in my previous profession, mostly commercial buildings, some residential, but everywhere we had to go put a road in, the contractor or the developer was responsible for putting the road in up to county specifications, and then the county would take that road over. Nowhere have I ever been, and I've worked in 18 states east of the Mississippi, and countless different counties. Nowhere have I ever been where the county gets into the road building business. Because folks, if we get into the road building business, our taxes are going to get ridiculous, because you can get into the millions of dollars very quickly building roads, because you don't know what kind of subsoil's under there. You don't know what you got to do. I just want to express my concern about our county getting into the road building business. That's all I wanted to present. And I'll thank you, Mr. Mayor, and thank you, Commissioners.
Thank you, Ed. Okay, moving on, the reports. I'm going to make part of the public record, the trustees report, Madam Clerk. Moving forward into we have our illustrious sheriff with us today. Sheriff, I'm going to call on you first.
So each year, the first meeting of the year, I try to put forth a report of our agencies, a year-end report for our agency for the previous year. So I've got one that I've typed up, and I'm going to try to just read this because I've given a copy to Lana, and hopefully she can just attach it and make it a little bit more simple for her. So if you give me just a few minutes, I'll just read this to you. It's our 2025 year-end report. Your Sequatchie County Sheriff's Office has had another great year of maturity and advancement toward the improvements we continue to work for each and every day. It is only through the assistance and support of this legislative body, the county executive, and the citizens of this great county that we can continue our progress. I am pleased to present to you our annual year-end report as a recap of the previous year. For starters, we changed our patrol uniforms to something much more updated and more conducive to the work the men and women of our agency are doing during their regular shift. The uniforms not only has a great look, but it also requires the wearing of a bulletproof vest more frequently. This change, much like the change in the vehicle striping, has been a very positive one for our agency, providing a great appearance, comfort, and safety for our deputies. The transition to ISOMS as our reporting system was completed in improving our ability to maintain information related to cases assigned and reporting that information to the state of Tennessee. Among other valuable benefits to our staff, the agency, and our county, preparing our agency for the law enforcement requirements of current times. This critical and beneficial advancement of the agency was achieved with funds from sales of seized and otherwise awarded property, saving the taxpayer from the cost. In training, aside from the standard annual in-service training for the previous year, 3 deputies completed an instructor development course, 1 deputy completed a firearms instructor course, 1 deputy completed the TSAR Search and Rescue Man Tracking course, 2 deputies completed the Tennessee SRO Conference, and 1 completed the SRO Basic course. 2 of the deputies attended the Tennessee Law Enforcement Training Officers Conference, and both of our chiefs completed the Tennessee New Chief Deputy Training. 1 deputy completed the Chattanooga Police Department's Training Academy, and 1 completed the Tennessee Law Enforcement Training Academy, while 1 other completed the Tennessee Law Enforcement Officers Transition course. On the investigative side of the house, 2 investigators completed a Crime Scene Investigations course, while 1 completed a Basic Investigations course. 1 investigator attended the Meth Recertification course, and 1 completed an Overdose Death Investigation course. Both civilian employees completed a Tibers Recertification course, and 1 also completed a Data Collection course. The Criminal Investigative Division was busy this year with 3 homicides investigated, along with all of the other cases they work regularly. Our staff performed amazingly through these times with a high clearance rate of all cases worked, including all 3 homicides. In fact, there was only 1 other homicide reported in our county since I took this office, for a total of 4 homicides. Our investigators have cleared all of those cases, giving them a clearance rate of 100%. But it doesn't stop there. Working with a TBI agent assigned to our county, our investigators solved a homicide from 2020 prior to my administration, giving them an adjusted clearance rate of 125%. All charges on all defendants in all cases are still pending in a court of law, and I am proud of the work these men and women have put forth to accomplish this success. I was honored to make my presentation on investigating the murder of a law enforcement officer to a large crowd of law enforcement administrators at this past year's Tennessee Sheriff's Association Summer Conference. This is a presentation I was asked to create more than a decade ago for the Federal Bureau of Investigation state retrainers, and I've had the honor of presenting it in various cities and states to multiple agencies and organizations. The presentation addresses many of the critical issues an agency will encounter while investigating such an event, with case study from actual law enforcement murder investigations throughout my career, as well as dealing with the political environment issues that affects the ability of law enforcement to protect themselves in deadly situations and puts them at risk of unjust punishment, including wrongful prosecutions. I was honored to represent the Sequatchie County Sheriff's Office as I made this presentation to the majority of the state sheriffs, as well as their command staff, along with administrative staff from the TBI, the Tennessee Homeland Security Office, the Governor's Public Safety Office, the FBI, U.S. Marshal Service, and others. Our jail continues to impress with amazing accomplishments. This year's annual TCI inspection was completed with no deficiencies, a very difficult task once again. Also, this year's accreditation inspection was successful, earning our jail another year of accreditation. Very few jails are able to achieve accreditation, and our jail continues to maintain their status as if it's just another day at the office. We continue to add programs for the inmates to improve their rehabilitative status, addressing educational, mental, social, and drug treatment measures. We currently are up to 22 inmates having earned their GED, and for several of them, this is the first major accomplishment in their lives since they became addicted at an early age. We believe this accomplishment can build confidence and give them the advantage of being able to check that box on that next work application, providing them a higher probability of success once leaving our facility. For several months now, we have realized a lower number of inmates per day than the average for the past several years. We believe these efforts, combined with the law enforcement efforts of our patrol and investigative staff, have contributed to achieving the current trend. On the drug front, we have seen the numbers of overdoses drop, even while surrounding jurisdictions were experiencing a spike. In fact, I recently prepared the quarterly overdose report, and we had only one overdose to report for this past quarter. The overdose was an alcohol-related overdose and did not involve our current epidemic. Again, we believe our efforts to address this issue from many angles through our SAFE program, while working with our schools, the opioid committee, the local recovery court, and the citizens at large, have contributed to the success and is saving lives, while providing a better future for those in our community. With this said, we should remember there were drugs in this county before any of us were born, and there will be drugs here when we are all gone. This epidemic is extremely volatile and could blow up on us at any moment. We have to remain diligent in our efforts and continue to control the current crisis. We recently received the results of our annual audit by the State of Tennessee Comptroller's Office and, once again, received no findings. This is more evidence that our agency has set a standard of doing things right and continues to work to achieve these results. I am thankful to Desiree Dent, our administrative assistant, who handles much of the administrative transactions and books that are under microscope during this time. We also have measures in place to check and double check the evidence logging and storage, the use and handling of drug fines, and many other categories that are well maintained by other members of our staff. All these people do an amazing job, resulting in the successful outcome of our inspections. In closing, I can tell you with absolute confidence that the state of your Sequatchie County Sheriff's Office is very healthy. The continuous increase of professionalism and well-maintained channels of accountability, combined with the great people of our agency who care about this county and its citizens, has resulted in a much improved law enforcement agency with abilities and capabilities beyond what many of us may have even dreamed as a possibility. I am extremely proud of the men and women who work daily to serve this county, and I am very thankful to this legislative body, this county executive, and the people of this county who have supported our efforts along the way. And so that's all I have tonight. I'll take any questions.
Yes, Mr. Phillips.
Yep.
How many checkpoints have you did to check people for no driver license, maybe DUI, or no insurance in this county
Since when?
since you started?
Well, we do what we call saturations.
Okay.
And we just do those according to how many we can do annually. It comes from the grant from the Tennessee Highway Safety Office. And then we have to do those with THP, so it kind of depends on when they can be there. So how many, I don't know. It's been a few a year.
Any other questions? Thank you, Sheriff. That's splendid report. We appreciate the efforts that you and your staff are making for the safety and protection of this county. Thank you. All right, up next, Soraya, the school.
Tonight I want to share with you a point of progress and a pressure point that we're experiencing in the schools. First of all, we're making meaningful strides at reducing chronic absenteeism. Dr. Melissa Cordell has led this mission along with the assistant principals in schools. So they've been working along with the teachers very, very closely with families to figure out what are the barriers, why are parents not getting their children to school. The good thing is we're getting them to class. So attendance is improving. Let me tell you a pressure point that we're feeling on a deep level, particularly at the elementary school. Right now, we have one school counselor to serve 750 students in the elementary school. Federal and state recommendations would be more like a ratio of 1 to 250. We also work with outside agencies and providers, so it's not just that one counselor. We work with Volunteer Behavioral Health, we work with Centerstone, we have social workers. Even so, every one of those therapists, social workers, professionals are at capacity. Their caseloads have exceeded what they are legally allowed to do. That just to prove to you the needs of the children coming in, our little learners, and what the baggage that they're carrying. So we're going to continue to serve students, but I need you to know that I'm looking at ways, how can we expand support for our children? Tonight I want to leave you with 2 pieces of paper. One is a mid-year budget. I appreciate Sherry printing this off for us. You can see each line item and what we've spent this far in the school year. The other is something that I'm proud of. We've developed a 1-pager, so you can see all the academic excellence, the pathways that we offer, the supportive environment, our commitment to quality education, our partnerships, and things that we do in the beyond the classroom. So I want you to have this so you can be proud of what we're doing in the schools. Happy to answer any questions.
Any questions for Sarai?
Thank you.
You don't have school tomorrow?
No, sir. Speaking of which, we stockpiled 11 snow day or weather days. Tomorrow will be day 2, so we have 9 remaining.
And will the state actually, if they declare their whole state as an issue with all the ice storms, is it possible they may waiver a few of those days?
I believe the commissioner would expect us to utilize all of our days before we get through that. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Sarai. Appreciate it. Aaron, you would holler. I'll tell you what I'd like to do, guys. If it's okay, let's get the business, any actionable items, let's get that done in Eric's report. It's the last thing on our agenda, but we'll knock it off at one time. Go ahead, Eric.
You want me to do my part
Sure.
first? Laugh at me, okay. On my report there, we started off a new year. That's why you just see 1 month with 3 rolling months worth of averages for our state gas tax money. Current work activities are, well, it's been snow for the last few days, nice. But we work on trees, potholes, and brush. We always have them remove brush from storms. The balance sheets in attachment B, and then we'll go over the C section here shortly. But the big thing I want to get across is my guys and gals started Saturday morning when the storm started. It was actually supposed to start around 9. It started at 7-ish. And my guys have worked continuous until today when they went home with very little downtime, very little. So they've done a good job. They've worked hard to try to take care of the county, keep the roads cleared. And then Lynn is the one been keeping up our Facebook page, trying to tell people what's going on, what we're doing, stay home, expect black ice in the morning and this and that. And she's done a great job. I'm very proud of all the people in the office and how hard they've worked. But other than that, I'll take any questions or we'll do this.
Any questions for Eric?
But I'd like to give a big thank you for doing that big Jimmy Johnson Hill and
Get
putting your bound
that
down.
on video. No, I'm kidding.
No, it's you've done a good job on that hill section coming down through there. It's and it worked.
Yeah, we're using salt melts really good if you got the right environment for it. But we're mixing salt and chat, and the chat's it's kind of a crumbly limestone, and it's helping get rid of the water on the road, and it also gives you traction while the salt's trying to do its thing. And when the sun started coming out today, even though it's real cold, the sunlight and the salt, just got it run off. It was great. So, thanks for the comment.
Anybody else? All right, Mr. Tom. Thank you, Eric.
All right, the road committee met twice since we last met. One was December the 8th and then also tonight. So there's several topics that are on our commission agenda that we'll take care of as it came out of the road committee as recommendations. The first item is Resolution 810, which is the increase to the mineral severance tax. We originally passed that Resolution 800, which enacted the mineral severance tax. We came back with Resolution 810 with the help of County Attorney Ms. Mitchell, and now this Resolution 810 increases the mineral severance tax to 20 cents per ton. That'll be for the first 3.5 years. Then there's a step up for the next 5 years, and I think in another one for the last 5 years per the Tennessee Code. So as a recommendation from the road committee, we put in form of a motion that the commission accept Resolution 810 as presented.
You've heard the motion. I have a second from Michael Hudson. Any questions, comments, discussion? Hearing none, all in favor of this, Madam Clerk, let's do a roll call because cumulatively this would total more than $5,000.
Okay. Chester Shell,
Yes.
Linda Landowski,
Yes.
Ron Ruling,
Yes.
Dwayne is out. James Breland,
Yes.
Joyce Dodson,
Yes.
James Wilson,
Yes.
Jeff Barger,
Yes.
Paul Powell,
Yes.
Michael Hudson,
Yes.
Frank Silver,
Yes.
Tommy Johnson,
Yes.
Tom Venero,
Yes.
Jeff Mackey.
Yes.
Okay, the motion passes for Resolution 810. Mr. Johnson.
Next on the recommendations of the road committee, that we have 3 roads that are on the agenda for closure. And I will, on behalf of the road committee, I will make the recommendation for all 3 roads as presented by the road committee of Herman Grant Road, the last 800 feet of Johnston Cove Road, and Jack Smith Road to be removed from the county road maps. And that is in form of a motion for all 3 roads.
I second.
I have a motion second, Mr. Shell. Now, one clarification, but the entire road of Jack Smith Road isn't done. It's going along lot 15 from my understanding.
Just a
So-
very small section.
Yeah,
Yes.
so let's make clarity on that. Okay, we've got a motion and a second. Any other comments? Mr. Powell?
On Johnson Cove Road, 800 foot, does the landowner at the end of that road own all that property? That's why you want to close?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
County Attorney Ms. Mitchell, she sent formal letters to each of these affected parties. We have signed documentation that came back through Ms. Mitchell and back to Mr. Higgins on each of these, Mr. Powell.
So on the letter that came from Roger Darrell Johnson, it refers to this as controlling through traffic. I just want to make sure that that is a dead-end road that goes into that. It mentions on, I guess on, yeah, it says on item 1, enhanced safety and privacy. Transitioning to a private road would help to limit through traffic, enhancing the safety and privacy of residents. So it says through traffic.
Well, let me explain what I think he's meaning, Michael. I'm familiar with the road. His house, that road goes past his house.
Okay.
So what they end up doing is going to a dead end, and they passed it once, then passing it twice. But he owns all the property back through there on both sides.
Okay, so
So
it's
he
not
says
a through road that goes somewhere.
It
Okay.
eventually dead ends. That's
Okay.
That hillbilly pharmaceutical going on right there.
And it's just the last 800 feet.
Yes, last 800 feet.
They still explain that now that the end of that road.
Yeah. So we have a motion and a second. Any other comments or questions? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed? Said motion from the road committee to give back to private owners hereby passes. Mr. Johnson.
The last item There was a question for approval of Landmark Lane. We do not have all the paperwork yet. Mr. Higgins is going to work with that requester, and that'll be coming forth soon to us from the road committee.
And it's a good road, curved. It's just a matter of getting the paperwork in here we need to get everything taken care of.
All right. Is that
Thank
it?
you.
Thank you both very much. All right, moving over to committees. Sheldon, is he here with Ag? I don't think so. Audit, Mr. Venero, anything from audit?
No, we have an audit committee today. We're still waiting on the final report for last year, so we figure it's best to kind of wait until we get that and some news to report on that. But
Sherry,
nothing in complaints or anything we have to address, and also we didn't have a meeting.
Sherry, we should have something in March probably, right, public that we can share, right? All right, thank you. All right, let's move, Ms. Janice with the chamber.
And I can speak from here, I think you can hear me. Each of you should have received one of these. If not, I know there's some up there. But I mentioned before that we have a $25,000 grant to do America's birthday, 250th birthday. So what I would like for each district is each of you to, from the district, like Tom, you and Jeff, tell me how you want to spend your $500. And I know that Mr. Silver has already got his planned out, working closely with Ms. Sarai and Robin from the library to make this the best celebration that we've had, or we can have, for our 250th birthday. Through the chamber, we're using a new program, it's called Locable, which allows each of the members to kind of market themselves or put their own information out through the chamber. The first weekend, the second weekend in each month, John Harmon is helping to sponsor a cruise in along the Sequatchie Valley National Scenic Byway, which several of you have been to before. So that'll happen the second Saturday in each month in the chamber parking lot, along with the Citizens Tri-County Bank's parking lot. The first weekend in October, we'll have Oktoberfest with Cycle Sequatchie, and we're going to combine it with Small Town America to do one big weekend, because the first weekend in November, as part of celebrating the 250th birthday, we are going to host a powwow. This first weekend in November, it will happen on the same day, not November 6th and 7th, that the Cherokee will force through Sequatchie County. So I'm working with the Cherokee Nation now to come and do a mini powwow. It won't be huge because we don't have the facilities or the money. I need to publicly thank the sheriff, because during Christmas, from Thanksgiving to Christmas, we had our Santa's workshop in the chamber parking lot. We had over 1,000 people, families, bring their children through to have pictures made with Santa. The sheriff allowed us to use inmates, which we documented over 1,000 hours of inmate workers that came in and set up, tore down things, carried off trash, cleaned the bathrooms, you name it, they've done it. So Sheriff, I appreciate you doing that. Anything that we can do to support you, again, if you'll get this back to me by the 15th of February, kind of know what's going on, and we can plot it out on the calendar through the events throughout the year to celebrate the birthday. For example, at Lone Oak, Tommy, Commissioner Johnson, I would like for y'all to do something with your youth pavilion, have a band, something to do a party, because several of your citizens may not come to the valley for the 4th of July, but we want them to celebrate too. So, and Mr. Silvers,
There's yours.
we've had a long discussion. I love what you're going to do in collaboration with the schools and the library.
So
And
there's yours.
thank you.
And I also talked to the other commissioner, she's in agreement with it.
How could she not be? Thank you so much.
Thank you.
For your question. Do y'all have any extra up there? I know there were several, I gave enough. Here you go.
The 250th grant, it's typically for 20,000, right?
Well, The project grants are for 20,000, which is what Ms. Robin got for the library. We got a community grant, which is what reason we're encompassing the entire Sequatchie County, which is 25,000.
But it's 500 per district.
Each district's doing 500, and if you want to come by the chamber and read the entire grant, you're welcome to do that, and, or I'll.
Can you, I guess you can you combine a couple of different districts if they wanted to do that?
If they don't know how to spend theirs and they want to come along with you, Frank's got a great idea.
Well, anyway, just a thought.
No, you're welcome to come out, but I'm thinking if you could do something in the South End, do something in your community that would benefit your constituents, that's what this money's for.
Frank, does your thing involve you in a dunk tank?
Do what?
Does your festival involve you in a dunk tank?
I think it was more about swimming the Sequatchie River.
Any other questions for Janice?
Thank you.
Janice, I appreciate it. All right, I see Joe down in the house. Joe, come forward with your ambulance report.
So we got prepared for last weekend. Luckily, we had no inclement weather that required an ambulance, but we are prepping for next weekend in case something does happen. We have been focusing on service enhancement with our crews. We have 4 critical care paramedics, or 4 medics in critical care school with Life Force, 2 of which are from here in the Valley. Last year for 2025, we also had 4 complete the critical care program, and again, 2 of them were from here in the Valley. So we have 3 critical care supervisors on 24/7, along with additional crew members that are going to these programs. Back in November, our advanced EMT class had just ended. All of those that have tested have passed on the first attempt. We are starting our first AEMT class of 2026. We have 8 in there now, and 1 of them is from Sequatchie. Last year, during the advanced EMT programs, we had a total of 3, all from the Dunlap area. Here on February 10th, Sequatchie Valley Electric will be hosting a first responder class. It's going over electrical safety. They've done it several years in a row now. But I urge any of the volunteer guys, if y'all want to go, please go. They'll be having one the following week in Marion County as well.
Very good.
Any questions?
Any questions for Patrick? Thank you, Jacob. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
In a timely manner, Jeff Mackey, Chairman of the Emergency Services, gives us an update, sir.
Just a real quick update. The major thing that the Emergency Services has been working on is a request for proposal for a new ambulance service, or to contract out for the next 5 years starting July 1st for ambulance service. So that contract that we've had, and we've talked about it, we've extended the contract twice with the 2 option years. We are out of option years for our current service provider, Puckett, and we have to go through and bid this out for contract again. So we have finalized the request for proposal. We've sent that over to the county executive. County executive will issue that. Those proposals are due back into the office at noon on March 3rd. I'm hoping that we might have an emergency services meeting within the confines of the retreat that we have scheduled the first week of March. That way we can decide on who we want to take for an ambulance service and present that final contract at the March meeting. So therefore, if there's any change of ambulance services going forward, they've got a couple of months to prepare for that. But the current contract with Puckett does end on 30th of June at the end of this fiscal year, so we have to come up with a new one going forward. Other than that, we've met twice for that, and I thank the committee members for their help in putting all that together and fixing typos and clarifying a few things, and I think we've got a pretty good package to send out, and hopefully we'll get some good responses.
Thank you, JP. Appreciate it. Okay, JP, with the Veterans Organization, please come forward, sir.
So you have the annual report. Very similar to last year's, so pretty steady on everything. A few more on some and less on others, but it's pretty much about the same. What I had predicted was that we would end up doing less as the PAC claims fell off, but that has not happened, so we maintained right on. The big thing to brief is On Wednesday, I got to go and testify before the Veterans Caucus in Nashville. The purpose of this was to propose an idea that would have the state provide to the county some funding to assist with veteran service officer numbers, pay, facilities, mainly in the larger counties where there is a pretty big deficiency. And so after speaking with the caucus and spending the day talking with various senators and representatives, I was able to obtain a sponsor in each house. So they are working the bill language, and who that sponsor will be, they're working out in the Veterans Caucus. But assuming it makes the filing deadline this week, there will be a bill that will go forth.
And to be clear, JP was lobbying for all counties, not just ours, so.
Correct.
You know, so we're talking about, what's the dollar amount we're talking about?
10 million that the state will invest. 7.1 million of that will go back to the counties. So.
Very good.
And I'll just say this, I sat with Jim over the weekend, and it was nice sitting in front of the fire instead of in a courthouse because it's cold outside, but Jim, you're doing us proud. I'm very impressed with what you've done because I got a lot more details than what's just put in one small report here, but I'm impressed with how you've done that. You're representing Sequatchie County well. The veterans of this county are well represented and well cared for, and we're proud of you. So that, and I think everybody else on the commission probably feels that way as well. If they don't, let them speak up now. Okay, there you go.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge. Commissioner Lewandowski, give us a rundown, update on the opioid committee, please.
So last meeting, we y'all approved the funds to support Helping Hands, a contract for transitional housing. The contract is in place. There are some prerequisites before the money is released that I think they're close, but there were some prerequisites in the contract. It was a performance-based contract that they need to submit to the county before the quarterly check first payment is released. Things that were taken up at the next meeting, which is February 5th, we're taking a look at our contract with volunteer behavioral health is up at the end of May, but we're going to take a look at those services, how they've been doing, and then the continued need or not for the county, and there is a continued need for those types of services, and how we're going to move forward with another round of grant applications. And also with that would be the public education and awareness campaign, which we solicited for twice. We didn't get anybody that applied, but we have a different strategy for that, so that will be included. Normally our biggest spike in overdoses is in May, so we want to get ahead of that by putting that grant application out, getting the responses back, making a decision, so we have that education and awareness campaign in place to get ahead of that spike that we normally have that time of year. The trend lines, as the sheriff already briefed, across the board are down, which is a good thing. I don't think you can pin it on any one thing. It's very hard to correlate, what exactly causes that, but I think it's a combination of things. I appreciate all the support everybody has given us throughout this. Thank you.
Thank you, Lynn. Brian, anything from 911?
Yeah.
Okay, Mr. Barker with budget.
Brief. All right, so the Budget Committee did meet this evening, to discuss a few things. There's a couple of transfers, and some surplus items, so we'll just go right through them. So one of the first items that the Budget Committee discussed, and this came as a motion from the Budget Committee to transfer these funds. It's transferring in Budget Code 131 from 131,39,000 fund balance, a sum total of $25,000, and transferring that to 131,498,800, that same amount. And that is a transfer into the Highway Department.
You've heard the motion from the Budget Committee. Do I hear a second? I've got a second from Mr. Powell. Any questions, comments? Hearing none, because it exceeds $5,000. Madam Clerk, roll call.
Chester Shell,
Yes.
Linda Landowski,
Yes.
Ron Ruling,
Yes.
James Breland, Joyce Dodson,
Yes.
James Wilson,
Yes.
Jeff Barger,
Yes.
Paul Powell,
Yes.
Michael Hudson,
Yes.
Frank Silver,
Yes.
Tommy Johnson,
Yes.
Tom Venero,
Yes.
Jeff Mackey.
Yes.
Okay, said transfer hereby passes. Mr. Barger.
All right, kind of the sister to this transfer, that transfer was into County Highway Department revenue. This is actually transferring that same dollar amount into the hot mix line so they can actually spend the funds. So this is transfer budget code 131, transferring from 39,000 fund balance, transferring that to 62,404, the hot mix line in the Highway Department's line. And this was a
Do I
motion.
hear a second? I've got a motion from Mr. Breeden. Any comment, question?
I would ask that when we vote on this, that the minutes reflect that this and the previous 100,000, that the minutes reflect that 125,000 total transfer into the Highway Department goes towards the repairs of the first 2 miles of Window Rock Road from Henson Gap.
Well, I don't know that it's going for that. That'd be up to Eric.
That's what he said.
That specific money is going there?
He
Where
left.
Eric's at?
He left.
He left.
No, he might change his mind. I would kind of object to having it put in like that. I mean, it's going to his fund and he is the head of the department as an elected official.
He was elected by the
He was elected by the
There is
people,
a-
so it's up to him on how he's gonna spend it and what he does with that. I don't wanna put a restriction. And I'm not sure that we could put a restriction
I think
on that.
the motion didn't come out of the Budget Committee as that. That's the problem.
Right.
You could have to amend the budget, make a motion to amend that request, because that's not how it came out of budget.
Yeah, but we had a lengthy discussion about it. Eric agreed that this is what
And I
he was
agree.
asked the question.
And I agree.
And he specifically said that that's where that money will go. So if we need, I will amend then, I'd like to amend that motion.
Okay, let's,
Go ahead.
first, we've got a motion on the floor. Let's take care of that, and then I'm gonna come back and we'll ask for the amendment, okay? So the motion on the floor is for the simple transfer, as it came out of budget, even though they were like, I agree, they would talk of that. So, we've got a motion, we have a second, we got a second. Any other comment? Okay, hearing none, Madam Clerk, roll call on the transfer itself of $25,000.
Chester Shell,
Yes.
Linda Landowski,
Yes.
Ron Ruling,
Yes.
James Breland,
Yes.
Joyce Dodson,
Yes.
James Wilson,
Yes.
Jeff Barger,
Yes.
Paul Powell,
Yes.
Michael Hudson,
Yes.
Frank Silver,
Yes.
Tommy Johnson,
Yes.
Tom Venero,
Yes.
Jeff Mackey.
Yes.
Okay, so that transfer motion hereby passes. As chairman, I'm going to allow Commissioner Lewandowski to make a motion
Like to,
related to that.
yes, I'd like to amend that motion that total of the previous 100,000 and this 25,000, total of 125,000 gets applied to the repairs, the 2 miles of repairs that Eric plans to do to Window Rock Road from Henson Gap for that total of that 2 miles.
I got you. I have a motion from Commissioner Lewandowski. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Have a second from Mr. Shell. Madam Clerk, because it exceeds the $5,000, roll call for this specific.
One question.
Yes.
So, and I think I heard your amendment, your motion right? And you're talking about the total 125,000.
Total 100.
Not just the 25,000 that we moved tonight.
We moved the last time 100,000.
Right.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, we can discuss that, I mean, you know, and I'll reiterate what I do is, you know, I feel uncomfortable, and I'm not sure that we can even go through and tell him that he has to spend those. He is an elected official in the department. We're transferring that money to him to be spent in the hot mix line. The other side is you may have it a road cave in, emergency, something happens between now and then that those funds would be better allocated for. I would rather leave that decision to the road superintendent and do his elected job that he was voted into office to do.
We're basically
Any
talking
other-
earmarking these dollars.
Any other comment? Commissioner?
So Eric said he already said at the meeting when he was asked that 125,000 will go to repairing 2 miles of Winter Rock Road, and he was asked the question when, and he said in the spring. So he's already accepted this. We're just reflecting this in the minutes officially. If an emergency
So you're not taking
happens.
his word, is that what you're saying?
What's that?
You're not gonna take his word that he's gonna use it?
No, I'd like it reflected in the minutes, so it's official.
One point that, Mr. Chairman, I would make, he's also got a pretty substantial fund balance at this point because he's received from some grant aid money. So that money, if we do this, if Tommy and Pepe with this, it might have to be put in a restricted account if we, I'm not sure.
I'm questioning, and I'm going to refer to Ms. Mitchell too. I don't think that the county commission can do a motion and require a motion like this to go through to an office. I don't think we can physically do that.
I agree. Your job is to allocate money. His job
Right.
is to do his job. I agree with you.
I don't think it's legal for
Okay.
the commission to do that.
Mr. Hudson?
Yeah, right or wrong, Ms. Lewandowski's motion, I'm with Tommy on this. I don't think it's actually legal. We can allocate the funds to his budget, but him being an elected official, I don't think we can legally earmark specific projects.
I don't think you can require him to use it on a certain road project. I think that's his discretion.
Can
Any
we,
other comment?
can we earmark the taxpayers' money to be used in that area of that kind of money?
No.
I don't think you
We're
can
not
say we
So,
take
all right, I'll make
taxpayers
this
off.
simple. I withdraw my amendment, I withdraw my motion to amend this. But that, what I would like somewhere in writing to reflect what Eric agreed to in the minutes. That we can ask for, that's not illegal, and it, still if he has to, spend the funds on something else because an emergency comes up, and we handle that down the road, he'll handle that down the road.
Commissioner Venero?
I think that Ms. Linda could maybe just put in, I would suggest, Linda, is just state for the record that that's what was said during the budget committee. You would like it in the record and reflected in the minutes that Mr. Higgins had said that. I think there's nothing improper with that, and that does provide some binder in the commission minutes. So I would suggest you do that.
Okay, no, I agree. Thank you.
The last motion's hereby withdrawn, so let's move on. Chairman Burke.
Just make sure it's reflected in the minutes, correct?
Take notes.
All right. The next item that the Budget Committee was considered is there was actually a budget amendment given. There was a sheet of paper given to the Highway Department for fiscal year 25-26. There was a budget amendment, and this came as a motion from the Budget Committee to approve the Highway Department minutes.
You've heard the motion. Do I hear a second? Okay, a second from Mr. Silver because it exceeds $5,000. Any comments on the amendments? Questions? Hearing none, Madam Clerk, roll call because it exceeds 5.
Chester Shield,
Yes.
Lewandowski,
Yes.
Ron Ruling,
Yes.
James Breland,
Yes.
Joyce Dodson,
Yes.
James Wilson,
Yes.
Jeff Barger,
Yes.
Paul Powell,
Yes.
Michael Hudson,
Yes.
Frank Silver,
Yes.
Tommy Johnson,
Yes.
Tom Venero,
Yes.
Jeff Mackey.
Yes.
Okay. Said amendments hereby passed. Mr. Barker.
All right. The next item that the Budget Committee considered was a transfer from fund balance, a sum total of, it's Budget Code 101, from 39,000 fund balance, transferring a sum total of
$40,029.17, and transferring that to the 54,490,790 EMA other equipment, that same total of $40,029.17. And this was a motion from the budget committee to transfer these funds.
I have a second from Mr. Breland. Any comments, questions?
Just in your packets, most of you might have got it, there's an insurance check along with that. This was, just as noted, this was the lightning strike to the repeater, correct, Brian?
At Lewis Chapel.
At Lewis Chapel. And this is the insurance check to replace or fix whatever was going on.
Madam Clerk, roll call.
Chester Shell,
Yes.
Linda Landowski,
Yes.
Ron Ruling,
Yes.
James Breland,
Yes.
Joyce Dodson,
Yes.
James Wilson,
Yes.
Jeff Barger,
Yes.
Paul Powell,
Yes.
Michael Hudson,
Yes.
Frank Silver.
Yes.
People are out, so, Wayne's out. Tommy Johnson,
Yes.
Tom Vanero,
Yes.
Jeff Mackey.
Yes.
Okay, insurance transfer hereby passes. Mr. Barker.
All right, the next item that the budget committee considered was another transfer. This is another insurance deal. It is budget code 101, transferring from 39,000 fund balance, sum total of $9,493, and that's transferring to the 54,110,338 sheriff's vehicle maintenance. That same total of $9,493. And this was a motion from the budget committee.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
I have a second from Mr. Johnson. Any questions?
Yes.
Hearing none, Madam Clerk, roll call.
Chester Shell,
Yes.
Linda Landowski,
Yes.
Ron Ruling,
Yes.
James Breland,
Yes.
Joyce Dodson,
Yes.
James Wilson,
Yes.
Jeff Barger,
Yes.
Paul Powell,
Yes.
Michael Hudson,
Yes.
Frank Silver,
Yes.
Tommy Johnson,
Yes.
Tom Vanero,
Yes.
Jeff Mackey.
Yes.
So transfer hereby passes. Mr. Barker.
Just as a note, that was an insurance check as well for a vehicle. Next item that the budget committee considered was solid waste surplus. There was a list of items that solid waste has put forth before the budget committee to surplus as no longer being used. And this was a motion from the budget committee to surplus these items. Everyone should have had a list of those items in the thing. I can run down the list if you would like to, for me to talk some more, but that's what it is.
You've heard the motion from the budget committee. Do I have a second? I have a second from Mr. Powell. Any questions, comments? I will say that we can make this part, we'll do a public auction on these surplus items, and it's easiest for me, but we'll handle it that way. So you had the motion and the second. Madam Clerk, this could exceed $5,000. Roll call.
Chester Shell,
Yes.
Linda Landowski,
Yes.
Ron Ruling,
Yes.
James Breland,
Yes.
Joyce Dodson, James Wilson,
Yes.
Jeff Barger,
Yes.
Paul Powell,
Yes.
Michael Hudson,
Yes.
Frank Silver,
Yes.
Tommy Johnson,
Yes.
Tom Vanero,
Yes.
Jeff Mackey.
Yes.
Okay, surplus items hereby passed. Mr. Barker.
All right. Another item that the budget committee considered was award the engineering piece of the broadband CCF grant, and this came as a motion from the budget committee to award that to Farmer Morgan.
You've heard the motion from the budget committee. Do I hear a second?
Second.
I have a second from Mr. Silver. Any questions or comments?
Just to comment, kind of sum up, this was a grant that we applied for to upgrade or repair the old middle school affair building. And we have to, this was COVID money, I believe, wasn't it, Mr. Carter?
It is, and this is also engineering money. The fee has already been set, laid out in the grant, so that's no up or down on that. It is what it is. Madam Clerk, roll call.
Chester Shell,
Yes.
Linda Landowski,
Yes.
Ron Ruling,
Yes.
James Breland,
Yes.
Joyce Dodson,
Yes.
James Wilson,
Yes.
Jeff Barker,
Yes.
Paul Powell, Michael Hudson,
Yes.
Frank Silver,
Yes.
Tony Johnson,
Yes.
Tom Venero,
Yes.
Jeff Mackey.
Yes.
Okay, the broadband award for engineering has been granted and passed. Mr. Barker.
All right. There was another item that the Budget Committee considered, but before we go through this award, this was not in our original agenda.
Okay, I'll
So we
entertain a
need to waive
motion
the
for the
5-day rule.
5-day rule. Mr. Breeden, have a motion from him to waive it. Mr. Powell, a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, said 5-day rule is hereby waived. Mr. Barker.
All right. There was a health grant, a grant for the health department, for health department improvements, and this grant was, and it's kind of been submitted and worked through the state, not actually through the county, so to speak. The dollars flow through the county, but this has gone through the state. And with the budget committee, it was a motion from the budget committee to award the lowest bidder in the bid contract of Bailey Contracting. And yeah, that was a motion from the budget committee to award them the contract.
You've heard the motion from the budget committee. Do I hear a second? Have a second. Mr. Breeden. Any questions? Hearing none, Madam Clerk, roll call.
Chester Shell,
Yes.
Linda Landowski,
Yes.
Ron Ruling,
Yes.
James Breland,
Yes.
Joyce Dodson,
Yes.
James Wilson,
Yes.
Jeff Barker,
Yes.
Paul Powell,
Yes.
Michael Hudson,
Yes.
Frank Silver,
Yes.
Tommy Johnson,
Yes.
Tom Venero, Jeff Mackey.
Yes.
Okay, the bid award for the health department is hereby granted. Mr. Barker.
That, sir, is the highlights and all of the actions that the budget committee take at this meeting this afternoon.
Thank you very much. We appreciate it. Okay, guys, we're going to move into new business. Up first is in your package should be to amend the capital asset policy. Last January, the audit committee recommended getting this done. I failed to get the policy written in the next several months of meetings. I'm bringing it forward now because county auditor pointed out that she wanted to see a copy of the new policy and it wasn't enacted yet. So here it is before you. We've increased the capital asset limit from 5,000 to 15,000. That was the recommendation of the audit committee. So it comes as a motion from the audit committee. We've already taken action. It's just to approve, it's just to approve this. So I'll entertain a motion to approve this policy update. Mr. Powell, thank you for the motion. I hear a second from Mr. Mackey. Thank you, sir. Any questions or comments relative to this policy?
This is just approving the policy.
That's correct. We've already approved the
resolution and actions.
All the policies actually.
We couldn't vote on it last time because we didn't have a policy to vote on. So. All right. We've got a motion and a second. All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed, said new policy is updated from here out. Okay, we have done resolution 810, taking care of that. Up next is the Cagle-Fredonia Utility District Board appointment. Get to it here. Kyle McDowell is You stirred the motion to vote, so I'll entertain a motion to approve Kyle McDowell for that board position.
Motion. Second.
Have a motion and a second. Any questions, comments? That's in you guys' district, isn't it, guys? 9? And
Yes,
the second.
it's all our district.
Yes.
Okay, you guys all agree?
Who did motion and second?
I did motion.
You did motion.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All in favor say aye. Of Kyle McDowell.
Aye.
Yeah.
Okay. Take care of that. Okay, up next, Sherry, thank you for this. We're establishing the 2026-2027 budget workshop schedule. It's enclosed in your packet. I'll entertain a motion to approve said schedule.
Make a motion to approve.
Have a motion from Mr. Johnson, a second from Mr. Barger. Any questions, comments? Hearing none, all in favor say aye of this schedule.
Aye.
All opposed, hearing none, said schedule is hereby set. Okay, up next is Resolution 811, the Commission Education Incentive Pay. You guys have read said resolution. I entertain a motion to pass Resolution 811. Have a motion from Mr. Powell. Do I hear a second? A second from Mr. Briegel. Any questions, comments?
So I've read this and trying to understand it, right? This is an incentive pay only if the county commissioner completes 8 hours
But yeah,
of
that's
this
for all
training.
commissioners.
This is training, not re-education.
It is training.
Okay.
Any comment, Joyce?
Well, I spoke with Linda this afternoon. Do you want to bring up yours, Linda? Does that need to be added to the verbiage? I spoke with Heather Duncan this afternoon, and there are some that are they're not required. If it's April of 2018, before that, if they were appointed or elected, they're not required to do that. But Mr. Charlie Curtis, at a regional commissioner meeting in 2024, recommended that we do that. They're trying to get more people to do their education. And so the newly elected, we are required to do it. We have to have the 8 hours, whether this is passed or not. We have to turn in 8 hours, or the auditors, we get it on your desk. We do all perfectly about that number one. So it's, that's just what it is. But they're just trying to get more people to do the education, is what they're trying to do.
Okay, Liz.
So I guess I'm looking at this like we're required, if we weren't in office in 2018, if we're not the exempt people, like there's only like 5 of us. So we are required by law to do 8 credits of continuing education every year. But I think what Charlie Curtis was addressing are the other commissioners that are exempt from this requirement, and they're looking at this $600 is to hopefully incentivize them to take these credits. I think I guess what I'm looking at is I don't think that people are going to take $600 and do those credits if they're not required to. Maybe they will, maybe they won't. I think if that's the problem that we're trying to solve, then that should be a change in the legislation that takes away the exemptions. Excuse me, and makes it mandatory for everybody. Because there's changes in the law every year, and this is one way that the commissioners that are required kind of keep up with this. There are other forms that you can keep up with it, but it's always good to refresh in different areas, and CTAS offers a lot of training. There's, like, they put out the schedule. You can do it in front of your computer at home. You can go to sites. The county does cover the travel and any costs that are associated with it. So I just don't think that giving people $600 for a requirement is really, that's part of our job. If we're required to take the training, then we must do the training. Those folks that are exempt, if this is thought of as a way to incentivize them to take the training, I don't think that's going to do it, and I think that requires a change in the legislation.
Any other comment?
Yes, Mr. Cartwright, you remember, I guess, in the years when when I was first elected as a commissioner. And, excuse me, I'm sorry. But we went to Murfreesboro and we did a 2-day stay. We did it for our constituents. You know, I wouldn't dream of charging for anything to help my constituents to do better in my community. 'Cause you remember well when you had 2 days, it wasn't one.
We were required to do those 2 days.
Yeah, we were required to, but we did.
Well said.
Does- If this is passed, does it require a budget, we'll put a budget line for 10,800, does that come from
We would not
CTAS?
do this until the new year.
But is that our own money or does it come from CTAS?
That's our own money.
Okay.
It's our own money. Well, and the only comment I got is kind of in line with what some others have said. If it's a requirement, right, and if we travel and do, the county already is helping with transportation and stuff like that. I truly don't see a point in spending taxpayer money to incentivize county commissioners to get their training. That's what the ballot box is for, right? But if they don't, if they don't want us in here, they can vote us out and somebody else can do the training. So,
Well, the 2-day training doesn't even count towards the 8 hours.
yeah.
So
yeah.
resolution 811 is on the table. Any other comment? Hearing none. Madam Clerk, I'm gonna roll call this. Either vote for the resolution or vote nay. No, I could go either way. I don't really have a dog in the hunt, but I will say this. I'm always willing to reward extra effort. And I'll leave it at that. Now, this may not be the platform for that, but you guys decide that. With me, I don't vote. So, anyway, Madam Clerk.
Chester Shell,
No.
Linda Landowski,
No.
Ron Ruling,
No.
James Breland,
No.
Joyce Dodson,
No.
James Wilson,
No.
Jeff Barger,
No.
Paul Powell,
No.
Michael Hudson,
No.
Frank Silver,
No.
Tommy Johnson,
Yes.
Tom Venero,
Yes.
Jeff Mackey.
No.
Okay, resolution 811 fails. Okay, next item. We've got the road request done. Okay, we're up for appointment of notaries.
We need to make a motion
Okay,
to do that, or do we
Could you read us the
leave
bill
it?
of fare?
Okay. So I have 4 tonight, and it is Stacy Benoit, Anna Childress, Lindsay Lay, Shayla Swan.
Motion approved. Have a motion from Mr.
Second.
Barger, a second from Jim Bowbridge. Any questions? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Said numbers are hereby granted. Okay, just one comment before we adjourn. Our retreat, our commission retreat is March 5th and 6th on the Thursday and Friday, half day on Friday. You'll be getting the agenda in the next 2 weeks in the mail, so anyway, we're looking forward to that. Any commissioner with any other announcements?
Are we still gonna try to do this at SBC?
I mean, we need to do some work. No, the only thing I know, we could possibly use the high school. I'll work on that, we can work on that. It's reserved if we need to.
Gotcha. Understood.
All right, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn. So moved. Stand adjourned.